Today we'll cover 3 things. The Bitcoin crypto speech by Trump yesterday, bullish or bearish. I mean, the market dumped $3,000. Number 2, oh my, the backlash that I got about Elon Musk in my last video. You guys wrote 700 angry comments. Have I changed my mind? And then, Bitcoin price outlook, as usual. A few years ago, all we asked for as Bitcoin and crypto enthusiasts was for the politicians to leave us alone. I mean, we're building the next generation of financial technologies. We need our people to be allowed to innovate. We can build better payment systems with greater privacy, safety, security for both consumers and businesses. Just let investors invest in one of the top technology revolutions in modern history. This will lead to enormous economic growth for the countries that position themselves right, just like with internet. Today, all the biggest companies of the world are those kind of American tech companies. It's exactly this type of entrepreneurs who built our economies in the previous industrial revolution with skill, energy and passion. Don't put the founders of the best companies in jail, please. This is the future of financial systems and many other industries. And because stablecoins is a key solution, the currency of the country that position themselves right will gain an advantage. Don't shut down all the on and off ramps. Stop the Operation Choke Point 2.0. That's all we need. Those are slightly reworded sentences that I've said here on this channel since 2017. Now, let's listen to what the president of the arguably most powerful country in the world said yesterday.
The United States is going to dominate crypto and the next generation of financial technologies. We're ending the last administration's regulatory war on crypto and Bitcoin, and that includes stopping the lawless Operation Choke Point 2.0. Operation Choke Point went beyond regulation, and I mean far beyond. It was a form of lawfare through government weaponization. Frankly, it was a disgrace. Passed landmark legislation creating simple, common-sense rules for stablecoins and market structure. Institutions large and small will be liberated to invest, innovate, and take part in one of the most exciting technological revolutions in modern history. It's so big, it's, I think, as big as you can get. Pioneers like you will be able to improve our banking and payment system and promote greater privacy, safety, security, and wealth for American consumers and businesses alike. You will unleash an explosion of economic growth, and with the dollar-backed stablecoins, you'll help expand the dominance of the U.S. dollar. I can already see that the energy and passion of the crypto community is the kind of spirit that built our country, and it is exciting to watch as you invent the future of finance. Together we will make America the undisputed Bitcoin superpower and the crypto capital of the world. Thank you. Good luck.
Same thing, right? So here, the president of the United States is shilling Bitcoin and crypto like there is no tomorrow, saying all the things that we have begged for years in this industry. And what happens? Price dumps, because the market also wanted tax cuts. Guys, before all we wanted was to be left alone. Now we need the government to buy up the price and change the tax rate. Otherwise, the outlook looks really bad for this decentralized technology, so we better sell. Really? Now, before I say the next thing, let me clarify that I don't know anything about US tax. Do not take tax advice from YouTube, especially one who has nothing to do with the US. Here you actually need a licensed advisor. But allegedly, according to my friends ChatGPT and Grok, Bitcoin is already more favorable in terms of tax rules than gold in the US. According to AI, physical gold, gold ETFs and physical gold trusts are taxed up to 28% maximum long-term capital gain tax, while physical Bitcoin and spot Bitcoin ETFs have max long-term capital is 15 to 20%. And while you can have ETFs in Roth IRAs, in both cases, for a more favorable situation, physical Bitcoin is already more favorably treated than physical gold. So dear industry, dear market participants, quit whining. We have the President of the United States and Larry Fink, the most powerful person in financial investments in the world, shilling Bitcoin and crypto like crazy. And all the previous roadblocks are already removed. What else do you want? Next, oh my, the last video I did where I mentioned the E word. If Nokia CEO gave the SIG at the conference and started spewing lies and hate on social media, which way do you think the stock would go? Larsson, you seem a good guy, but your blind spots regarding American politics is off-putting. Democracy and the rule of law is being severely tested over here. Before you buy Larsson's course, let this be a record that he not only supports Elon Musk. Mr. Larsson does not understand why Musk is problematic. This seriously questions Mr. Larsson's ability to parse news beyond headlines. I do commend Mr. Larsson for not removing comments pointing out his obvious deficiency on this topic. How can you not understand how he's so hated? I can't believe you can't see through his obvious propaganda and all his ridiculous lies. Tens of thousands of people are suffering and will suffer because of his actions. The richest man on earth who is unelected, gutting government services poor people rely on, while securing his own bag worth of billions of dollars in government-funded contracts for his own companies. Here's CTO shilling his Tesla bags. Who knew CTO was pro-fascist? Tesla sales are declining 80% for a very good reason. Not a serious question, there is zero tolerance for hate. Why is Elon hated? Laughing. CTO, it seriously concerns me that you can't identify Musk's multi-year long process of accomplishing almost everything by promising things he never delivers or outright lies. Really didn't expect you to be this absolutely clueless about basic geopolitical realities. The hate is for what he's doing now, not what he did before. Get informed. I'm invested in Tesla. I'm very grateful to Elon for all he did, but that's what you deserve when you go on politics instead of running your business properly. Okay, first of all, let's go back to what the purpose was. This video was about the possible Bitcoin reversal identified, which worked, and the stock market bounced from support as a clue to that, which also worked. So the stock market is important here even if you only care about Bitcoin. Analyzing that, I saw this massive opportunity in the Chinese stock market. Then I was looking at the Chinese BYD stock, which had this breakout pattern, versus US Tesla stock, which had this massive retracement. Which one is the better buy, or both, or neither? Chinese EV company or American EV company? With that objective, it felt impossible to not go into why Tesla stock has dumped like this. 55% top to bottom was the reason the extreme hate against Musk. Tesla dealerships burning, websites encouraging Molotov cocktails against Tesla owners with home addresses. People proudly terrorizing some single mom because she bought an environmentally friendly electric car 3 years ago. Really? What caused that level of hate? I felt I don't fully get it, and if you don't ask the question, you will never learn. Now, after reading 700 of these comments here, I've learned a lot about that perspective. Very useful. Thanks for all the comments. Austin, CTO, I have never made a YouTube comment in my life. My mother, recently retired and relies partially on social security to survive. Ever since Elon and Doge started, she has been unable to contact anyone working at the SSA office or get any help with questions she has about her benefits. Well-written text, very polite and well articulated. And yes, I can absolutely understand this perspective. I've also learned the lesson to not mention the E word. This video was about the Bitcoin market. 6.5% pressed the thumbs down button. 93.5% pressed the thumbs up button on that video. But almost all the comments were negative rage comments about E. Oh, I almost said it again. It's usually only if you're angry that you comment. Only if you violently disagree that you take the effort to type. So the 93.5% of you here, do you agree with the comments on the previous video? If not, now it's your turn to rage comment on this video. Early rage posting. complaint about delivery of the wrong grade of copper, about 1750 before Christ. Now, let's go back to the objective with analysis in the first place, because I want your input here, guys. Which of the two stocks is the better buy, or the better short? I've already shared in my earlier videos that I sold much of my Tesla stock much earlier, not far from the top because of the TA, both of this chart and the stock market in general. I sold the majority of my Tesla holdings on the 23rd of January at 414. Then I sold more of the remainder on 25th of February at 327 when this channel broke down. Now if we zoom out, price has hit this diagonal with a low of 217 and currently 235. So I get almost double the amount of shares if I buy back now. Should I do it? Or should I go for BYB, which has this breakout pattern both in yuan and in US dollars? Or both? Or neither? Is EV dead now that the most passionate climate activists from last season are selling their EVs and buying a diesel truck instead? I saw this widely circulating yesterday. Weekly sales in China, March 2025, with Model Y here, and you can see the numbers. But I'm not sure if it's real. This one shows BYD like this and Tesla down here, but this asterisk says that this includes PHEV, which are plug-in hybrids, meaning they are not electric only. But even with that, if looking at the numbers, this just doesn't seem correct. I think it's fake. But I'm happy for any insight. Personally, I drive a German combustion engine car and my wife drives a German EV. The overall quality of the riding and driving experience is better in the best German cars in my view. I recently rode a Tesla taxi and I thought the window or the door was open on the highway. Turns out I had just gotten used to the better insulation in my car. But neither of our cars have AI. My most narrow resource is time. And I have a driver for efficiency, but it's an actual human. The human driver can also, for example, go into the store and sign for the delivery package, which saves me time. He's nice and careful, but he costs money, and last week he drove into a pole on the parking lot with a side denting the door badly. Not a big deal, but a mistake that an AI wouldn't have done. If there is a better car for my requirements, I will buy it, and I'd love to have AI on it. Then I can save money while maintaining my time efficiency, and the risk for accidents drops. Bitcoin here, after hitting our breakdown target, remember, backed up yesterday, but it simply backed up to this neckline from the inverse head and shoulders. If that holds now, that will be a resistance that turns into support, which would be a very positive development if that happens. And we are clearly making higher lows here, but we still have a lot of work to do. The ideal scenario I'm watching for new max confidence entries is that we get back into the range, flip the trend up, Larsson line gold, and then a glorious range breakout on the upside. But the market doesn't care about what I want. I will remain reactive, and as mentioned in the last video, which maybe got lost, is that I think the two best clues we have is the US stock market, which bounced on support but now seems to stall out. And number two, the timing of sailors' buys. The big ones, which there hasn't been any since February 24. We're not getting much clues right now from the ETF flows, which is the other transparent huge money clue. From the top, 40 billion, almost 5 billion have flowed out. Now 35 billion. But as stocks stabilized, these outflows have also stabilized. And the last week there has been inflows. Bitcoin dominance is still making higher lows, and there's no obvious alt season starting in this kind of scared market. Altcoins need risk on. Still, I remain carefully positive for a turnaround here. I mean, we reached the breakdown target, we have a bottom pattern in the chart, now we want to confirm that with a trend to change back up. Please watch out for impersonator guys. They're on all platforms, and the quite experienced guy was an inch from getting scammed yesterday, thinking that I was inviting him to a great investment opportunity. I'm not, and I won't. If someone messages you about it, it's not me. I have only one website, it's ctolarsson.com, and it's a course and analytics tools. That's all I offer externally. Welcome to join. Thank you, tack. CTO Larsson out.